New Artist Spotlight Podcast.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the New Artist Spotlight Podcast. I am Wilko Wilkes.
And I am Big OG, you know me. Origin Cross. And if you've tuned in before, you know what we're here to do. Interview artists from the New Artist Spotlight family playlist. Your plug to some of the best indie music from upcoming artists from around the globe.
That's absolutely right. If you haven't already, check out newisspotlight.org, where you can find all those playlists plus much, much more. And one of the fantastic artists from these playlists are very active in the server as well. A guy who I'm sure a lot of us are familiar with. Very excited to be here, as you can see from the smiles on our faces. Welcome to the show, Joao Aranha.
Hi, guys. Thank you for having me. So I know that my name is always a trouble to speak. We speak Brazilian Portuguese and it sounds like Joao Aranha, but please call me anything that you want. In English, should call John Spider. And Spider is not a nickname, it's real a family name. So feel free to call me John Spider, Joao Aranha, or anything that fits better for you.
How do you say it?
I say Joao Aranha.
I think I'll stick with John Spider then, yeah.
John Spider is better all the time. No problem.
I don't know. As a person that people get their names wrong a lot, some of us really care, some of us really don't. But it's whatever you prefer, right? It's your name, right? Since we're getting to know you, tell us a little bit about you, right? How did you get into music? What kind of music do you make? Just catch us up on who you are for anybody who's not already familiar.
The music started my life in a very early age, so I always loved music. And my mom had a huge collection of vinyl discs. So when I come home after school, I spend a lot of time listening to all kinds of music, from Brazilian popular music to soul music to classical music, because my grandfather only listened to classic music. So I love music. I think that since when I know myself as a person. And we always play to make pretending that we are presenting like bands. So in family meetings, me and my sister go over the tables of the parties and start to mimic the artists. So it's something that's very natural to me, music.
That's awesome. And it's great that you've run with it as well. So I've noticed there's a lot of songs that you've released over the last couple of years. Tell us a bit about like the sort of music that you play. Obviously, myself and Origin know it pretty well. And I think it's really nice music as well. But also,
thank you so much.
I'm wondering, like, did you have a lot of that music recorded before you sort of decided to start putting it out there, or have you been recording it all within the last couple of years?
That's a very funny story, because all my music in the first album that I released, they are a poetry that I wrote to my wife when she was just my girlfriend 20 years ago. So I kept the poetry and start to trying one day I said to me, I need to make these songs, because they were already songs, but I could not record because I don't have the gear about. And for us here in Brazil, the price of the gear and the price of everything sometimes is a trouble. And as I am a computer technician, I repair computers from the last 25 years. Sometimes the time to do it's a problem. So I think 6 months before the pandemic starts and we have a lockdown here in Brazil, or we pretended to lock down ourselves here, I start to record. And I don't have any money to send to anyone to evaluate the songs. So I pick one free distribution and send it to have a free review. And for real, my hope it was that someone at their end is going to say, okay, nice effort, but we can't release that. It's not good enough, or it doesn't sound good. So, and I never have mixed anything in my life. So the first album is all mixed in using presets and using already made presets and compression with very set up by the DAW parameters. So I only try to make sound good. And when the distro came with an email saying, okay, we are going to release in a month, my face goes to the ground. And my wife said, what's happening? And I said, they are going to release my songs. And yeah. And I, oh my God, but it's not intended to be like that. I just want someone say, you sucks. And nobody said that I'm sucks. And that was fantastic. So that was the story about the first songs. After that, I bought a very cheap interface and a very cheap mic, and started pick some money that I had and joined the mixing and mastering course and have my degree after some time. And I'm trying. Yes, I'm trying. I think that all songs are personal, and I really, this is from the bottom of my heart. I really want to make a better world, one song at a time. If anyone, it doesn't matter if just one person feels better or feels a little more better when listening any of our songs, because they are not just mine, they are mine. They are your songs too, because when I talk to you, all the time, you add something to any music that I'm going to make, to mastering, to mixing. Anything that anyone talks to me adds to the music. So if I can reach at least the person to feel a little better after listening to the song, mission accomplished for me. It's like that. Okay, streaming numbers are great. Okay, playlists are fantastic. Okay, even something that they call royalties, it's great too, but it's not about that. If at any time stop to be funny, at any time stop to have that thrill, oh my God, the next release, oh, these lyrics are great, it's not worth it anymore. And if by any chance anyone reach me and say, oh, I listened to your song that made me feel worse than I was feeling before start to listening, I'm done. For real, I'm done. I think that's all about rich people opening our hearts as an artist, and open our minds with lyrics and composition and arrangements and choices. No, this instrument is going to sound good here, and no, this backing vocal is going to sound great. And try to give love, spread love. I think spread love and spread good time. We are so in a need of that these days. So I think it's all about that, for real.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. And did I mention where are you from?
I'm from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, originally.
So I know talking to Andres, you mentioned that some of the streaming, like the money he gets from the streams, are like enough for him to like pay bills with sometimes. Is that kind of the same where you are, where just a little bit of money you get from DistroKid is actually kind of significant?
We have two sides of the coin about your question. As $1 here, it costs 5 times our current currency. it pays a little better for us here than $1 maybe in other parts of the world. So for each dollar that I receive from the royalties, I multiply by 5 of my current currency. But at the same time, we have a lot of taxes to import gear, and we have a lot of taxes about how the money come to us by PayPal and other things. So I think that making an estimate about it, I think that today the royalties pays the premium Spotify subscription maybe helps to pay the internet bill, to keep streaming and to keep. I have a paid subscription for my distro because I'm a little bit crazy, and I release songs with 5 different artists. I am Joao Aranha, but I am another 4 artists, because when I was doing the Crxss, the mixing Crxss, I became so addicted to making beats. And before that, I already released some meditation songs in a meditation app. They called me teacher, and I really don't look myself as a teacher. I just one guy that, as I said before, I just want people to feel good with music, because music is meant to that. Is meant to make you feel good. Not just music, any kind of artistic expression that make you feel good about yourself is the path to a joy. It's the true path to your inner self. So for me, it's always about you feel good. But the royalties helps. After joining NAS, it was a big improvement in that too. So NAS, we never talk about money because NAS is 100% free, all-time free, always was free, is always going to be free. We, in any part of our Discord server, no one talks about money. Money is not a subject by any means. So, but the improvement in royalties after joining NAS, now it's really, really good too. So it was a win-win. And I think the best part is to know people like you, like Wilko, like Ed, like Jay, like Jeff. I think we are going to end the time if I'm trying to going by names of everyone that I love. I love everyone at NAS, that's for sure.
We'll test you on that a little bit later as well. If you've seen the podcast before, you'll know it's coming. But one thing I was gonna...
not shit.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll try and see if you get banned or not, but we'll park that for now. But yeah, no, it's clear when you speak, Joao Aranha, that your passion for music it's huge. And I really liked something that you said the other day in the Discord server about your nan, who is always excited for your releases, and I love that as well. I like that. So obviously family values and stuff are very important to you as well. I don't know if you wanted to talk about that a little bit.
Yes, I can talk about it, but maybe it's going to go further in the end questions about it, because one of the biggest accomplishments so far, I was being able to sing one song that was not finished to my grandma when she was passing away a year ago from COVID, and she was at the hospital, and she was so excited because in her early age she sings, and she one time sang in the opening a radio in a very small city at her town, so she sings all the time, and it was very critic too. And she was amazed. Oh my God! And we didn't see each other for about 3 years. because of COVID. I was very worried to bring COVID to her. And I was in a lockdown myself, me, my wife, and our little dog for about 18 months without go out of the building. And it was hard. I lost, I think, 1/3 of my clients' agenda. Most of them were elders and people with previous disease. The number is huge for me. It was about 133 persons that I had direct contact with. So, but the most important moment for me so far about the music and releasing music was be able to sing this not finished song to her that has the name Brilho Nova Estrela, in a free translation is Shine New Star, because I was certain that she was lefting us, and she briefly opened her eyes and passed away after I sing the song a cappella at the hospital room. So, and I was talking with a friend that we became very close, and that's another funny story because he never presented himself like the real huge talent that he is. And he said to me one thing that it's always going to be in my mind, that not even Quincy Jones has a prize like that, even with all his prizes on his career. And this guy reached me in the mixing course and say, "Oh, you are working on anything?" And I say, "Oh, I'm working on a song." And he came, "Oh, I want to join the song. Do you mind about it?" And I said, "No, I don't mind." And we released 2 songs together. And then the owner of the mixing course came and said, "Oh, yeah, João, how it's going to release a song with José Limberg?" And I said, "Oh, it was great. He's a funny guy, great guy." And okay, but how is to release a song with 2-time Latin Grammy winners and indicated 7 years in a row with a Grammy winner? And I say, "What?" He went to Latin Grammys and I was giving my songs to remix. It's like that. And I reached in and said, "This thing's worth nothing compared to what you had in that moment with your grandma. It doesn't mean anything. If I have to exchange places with you to have this kind of moments that you had with her, okay." And he put in front of the camera, "This is my 2 Grammys. Take with you. I don't want it. If I can, with my music, have a moment like this, these 2 prizes here is worth nothing." So this is one of the parts when family always have this important part in my musical. I'm not comfortable to say that I am a musician. I play some guitar, I play some piano, I try to sing because I have a sibilance problem since I was very since I was a kid, and that was a big problem, and the other child become very bully with me because of that. I make a treatment now. I can sibilate less, but when singing, if I don't have a de-esser, it's really a problem. But the music in the family, it was always present. Grandma singing, my grandpa always listening classical music. All the time that they can, they take me to municipal theater here, that we have opera, that we have classical, that we have orchestra. So music for me, I not agree or disagree with Nietzsche, but one of his quotes it says that the life without music, it's wrong. And I really think about that. And me and my wife, we always talk about, okay, if you have a situation when you need to choose, be blind or be deaf, okay, take my eyes.
I feel like I've had that same question in my head before. Which one could I live my life without better? And I'm like, I don't know if I could live a life without music. So that's definitely something. I mean, as an artist, shoot, probably even before I was an artist, I could definitely agree with. But I did want to ask, you already spoken about NAS a little bit, but how did you find the community, and then how have you been enjoying it since you've been a part of it?
Another funny story. I always submitted to daily playlists, and I know that Ed used, or some of the NAS crew use the daily playlist submissions, but I am the worst at the social media about it. So I was picked 2 times before, and the songs were picked and put on the NAS playlist, and I never joined Discord, and I never joined about it, and I missed after 1 week trial that the song goes to the playlist, the direct message about it. So I think that I could be at NAS for 6 to 8 months before I am now. But NAS is fantastic. What Ed did, Ed and all other person involved in the creation of NAS, what they did, what they are doing, what I'm trying to help in the best way that I can, it's something that for me is the ideal about a support community, about support each other, about great, huge talent artists releasing music and having the real support with no payola, with nothing that can go against any term of service of the streaming services, and we don't go against any social media terms of service too. We are just a bunch of great people trying to help each other to take our songs and our art in a more general speaking way to be known by the world. Because in the world that we live in today, we need music, and we need good music. And NAS is all about good music. Now is all about talent people. Now is all about caring. NAS is all about support each other and meet great people, and the knowledge that people shares inside NAS. It's amazing. They know all about how the algorithm works, how the best way to you release your songs, how is the best way to make a pre-save, how is the best way to you reach someone to make a pitch. It's a treasure of knowledge and good people. And if I can have that magical lamp and could make just one wish as an artist, I really wish that NAS become the standard.
I agree with that and everything that you've said there. Yeah. So what we're going to do today, though, is we're going to give you a magic lamp, and we're going to give you just one song for us to play on the podcast. Do you want to tell us which song you want us to play, and tell us a bit about it?
The song that we are going to play, it's going to be Paredes, because I have been fortunate to have this song 2 times in the top 20 and be selected by this huge amount of great artists to be in a top 20 is something amazing. Paredes is a song that I made after a little discussion with my wife, because most of the time we agree to disagree, but this time we really disagree with each other. And after we make peace with each other again, the one thing crossed my mind, how it was the perspective of the walls, of the sofa, of the bed, hearing that discussion. And that's what Paredes is about. And hope you all like the song. I personally love the song because it's taking some very odd and make sounds good.
Please do the honors of introducing the song.
Hi, guys, and all people that's going to see this amazing podcast. This is Paredes by Joao Aranha.
Que ficou para trás foi o que magoou, que foi dito no silêncio, ninguém escutou. As paredes que ouviram tudo só queriam sair dali. O tapete, o sofá e a cama não tinham pra onde fugir, mas tudo se acertou. Quando se conhece um ao outro, sempre vence o amor. Nada fica pra depois. Quando se conhece um ao outro, sempre vence o amor. Que ficou para trás foi o que magoou, que foi dito no silêncio, ninguém escutou. As paredes que ouviram tudo só queriam sair dali. O tapete, o sofá e a cama não tinham pra onde fugir, mas tudo se acertou. Quando se conhece um ao outro, sempre vence o amor. Nada fica pra depois. Quando se conhece um ao outro, sempre vence o amor. Sempre vence o amor.
Yeah, thank you for letting us play that, mate. Love that track, and yeah, well done on getting it in the top 20. I'm sure it's not been in there for the last time. So do you like do you play live a lot, or is that something that you do much?
No, I'm really a bedroom composer. I used to play live when I was younger, because I went to play in some rehab clinics to give some joy to people that was in rehab about drug and alcohol addiction and some mental illness too. And but I think that from the last 15 years or 18 years, I'm going further. I think 20 years I don't play live.
Why not?
I don't have the gear. Here in Brazil, when you are a unknown artist, you have to pay to have some gigs, and it's almost the time at night, late at night. I'm 47, almost 50, so I need to sleep early because I love to surf, and I
You're not
try
allowed
to
to
surf
sleep,
every
mate.
day. Yeah.
You're meant to be a musician. You're not allowed to sleep.
Yeah, I think you are right, but the part that we here need to pay to make a jig, it's here. It's really something that annoys me. So I think that art needs to be free, like we were in that campaign that radio is for everyone. Music should be to everyone here. Here at the metro stations, we can apply to a one place free, and the end of the station very, very hidden that we can make a presentation, and that costs nothing, but it's like that, the sound of the metro passing through, and we are trying to sing. So if not like this, you always have to pay to present live. So for me, it's not good to go.
No, I definitely understand that. It can be like that. I haven't performed in Texas actually, but in Michigan, around Detroit, all the shows, if you were like a lesser known artist, you were paying somewhere between like, let's say like $10 to $25 usually to get on the card. And you might only get to perform like 2 songs. And then I guess once you get to bigger shows, you can get to like you might pay even more to perform, but you might get to do like a 30-minute set or something like that. So it really depended on what you could one, what you were willing to pay, two, what promoters you like followed and were connected to on social media so that you knew when the shows were coming out or shows were going to happen. So it really is kind of a pain. I guess in a sense you get it because a lot of those times the top 3 artists do win, and I guess that money goes towards paying those artists. But yeah, it's annoying, right? Especially starting out, and these artists have been performing for however long. They have a bunch of people already in the crowd supporting them, so they have a different level of energy when they go up there versus you trying to win the crowd over, and the crowd's really there to cheer for them. There's a lot that goes with trying to get performing and doing it regularly. But I think we're coming to a time in the podcast where something really special happens. This is
the time that you are going to put me on jeopardy. All right.
Something deadly, isn't it? Something very dastardly.
Ooh, dreaded, the nastiest. We just passed Halloween, so the gnarliest, the Quickfire 5. Are you ready?
Yes, I think so.
Wilko, tell them the rules.
He thinks he's ready. We're going to ask you 5 questions, and you've got no more than 15 seconds to answer each question. Now, we've sent you a sample, but we can't guarantee that these will be the same questions as the sample. So we might surprise you. That's why it's so dastardly. Okay. So I'm going to ask you question 1. Which member of NAS would you most like us to get on this podcast?
I think that I'm going to shit the first time, 2 dogs, because it was great to see Ed and Jeff together. So as they present themselves as one artist, it's just one artist.
All right. What is your favorite song from the New Artist Spotlight playlist?
It's Because by New Artist Spotlight, because it's a huge effort from, I think, 22 people. And most of the mods are on this track. And we have the mixing and the mastering by Andres and Charles Connolly. It's not get better than that.
Okay, question 3. Which band or artist, past or present, would you most like to see live?
I think Jason Mars. It's one of, I am a huge fan. I think Jason Mars for sure.
What is your favorite song of all time?
It's Wish You Were Here from Pink Floyd. that songs touch me all the time. I think that's the first song that I play when I pick my guitar, all the time.
Good answer, man. And question 5, if you could spend a day with one other NAS artist, who would you pick?
Yes, I'm going to shit for the second time. I'm going to spend the day with Joao Dogs, because I need the necessity to give a big hug on Ed. I don't know even if he's a hug type guy. And I need to know JHM in person, because what they did is so amazing that I need to meet them before I die. So I need to answer Joao Dogs again.
All right. I'm pretty sure there was a cheat there, or two. But before we wrap up, tell us about anything new you got coming. What can we look forward to?
I'm ending this year with 2 releases. One in this November month that's called Da Mangueira até o Vidigal. That is the name of 2 slums here that we have at Brazil. And it was a song that I made 25 years ago with a guy that was homeless. And I meet him on the streets and we became very close friends. And when he was putting his life on the tracks, and a lost shot take away his life. So it's a very significant song to me. And after that, at December, I'm going to release Let It Flow. That was the song that I picked to be mixed with the winning of the context inside NAS. And it's a song about hope, and it's a song about how we struggle, how we cry, how we need support each other, and have to let it flow. We need to let it flow, because if you try to keep the rope of your life so tight, most of the time things are not going to work. Need to let it flow with the influx of good things that this life is going to present to us. This is about, life should be about what you live here, and not about the things that you think that you have to take from here. So that it's one of the things that I keep all the time in my mind. It's all about what you live here. And I need to leave a good impression. I need to leave good emotions. I need to leave great feelings. I need to pay back this big present that is life itself. So if we can do this one song at a time, another time I'm going to say mission accomplished. And it was not a question asked in the Quick 5, but I was speaking an answer about it. And in my funeral, I want to play Don't Go Away by Oasis, because I think it's the sentiment that I'm going to live this life is I don't want to go away. I need to go away, because I think we have a lot of things to add more here. And with musicians, we have the most talent to
I'm going to have to stop you there, mate. You've had your 15 seconds for the NAS.
No. I asked you about it. So
that's the first ever Quickfire 6.
Yeah. It's not, but it's the first time the guest has added the question.
I know, yeah. So I just want to say a very, very big thank you for coming on, man. I know we could chat longer, but it's a nightmare for Andres to edit it all. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on. We'll put your links and everything so everybody knows where to find you. And yeah, thanks to everyone for listening as well. And yeah, we'll see you all next time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's been really good talking to you. Thank you for everybody that helps support the podcast, all the partners, everybody that puts us on radio, does all the great things, like get our friend here a free mix from the contest. Everybody that helps us and supports us, thank you. Thank you for being on.
Thank you all, guys. And I always quote this in the end of my sentences: health and peace from us here to all you there, from all over this huge and beautiful world.
New